Kia ora, Tefano. Thank you so much for joining us here in Tauranga, Moana for the North Island Table Tennis Championships of 2022. We are counting down to this first clash. It is the Open Men's Singles round of 32. It's a do or die clash between Paul Innis versus August Zhao. Plenty of athletes have been gearing up for this weekend of excitement. Joining me in commentary is Barry Griffiths, former Olympian who went to the Seoul Olympics in 1988. 8 times national champion, Barry. You hold the record and it may continue. How excited are you, first of all, about this tournament in general?
Oh, it's a great tournament. It's the second biggest table tennis event on the calendar. And this match in particular is a classic for me. We have young August Zhao, who's I think 11 years of age, and he's been winning some age group events, and he's playing against Paul Innis from Tauranga, who's been a top-level representative player and has been on the comeback trail. So it's a real contrast in ages and experience.
It's a massive contrast in height as well. If you look at Paul Innis, he's well over 6 foot, and you've got young August Zhao, who at 11 years of age still has a lot of growing to do. Interesting story about Paul. I was speaking to him earlier, Barry, and he said at the age of 17 he decided to give the sport away for maybe a couple of decades. He's a local man and now has decided to reignite his table tennis career up against this youngster who is a very determined young athlete, comes from great pedigree. He'll be looking forward to not just this tournament but also his future. I was reading his bio and he said his ambition in life is to become a world champion table tennis player.
Yeah, well, he's a beautiful little player. His technique is lovely, his results have been strong, and at 11 years of age there is a lot of development ahead of him. This match will be really interesting because Paul is a strong player with an excellent backhand and quite a good thinker around the game, so it'll be fascinating to watch.
This is a do or die clash in the Open Men's Singles. It is the round of 32. Succeed and you make it through to a quarterfinal. Defeat means that you can say goodbye to your chance of taking out a title here in Tauranga this afternoon. What a magnificent venue to be holding this tournament at. The Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre in Tauranga, Moana, will host 185 competitors. That is absolutely massive. More than 600 entries, 47 events. What does that tell you about table tennis at this stage? It tells you it's in a great place after a massive hiatus due to COVID restrictions.
Yeah, it's been very hard for everyone in the world of sport the last couple of years. Challenges competing within New Zealand, and certainly huge challenges for representing New Zealand overseas or just going as an individual to compete. And so this is very exciting. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the gentleman sitting in the background is Daniel, and I cannot recall his surname, but he was a high-level Chinese player who came to New Zealand and has been the coach for the North Shore table tennis up-and-coming players, and you can see that in the beautiful technique that's shown by August there as an 11-year-old, with all the balance and power that he transfers into the ball. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Interesting that also August is a left-handed table tennis player, which will spice things up a little bit there for Paul Innis. He'll have to be literally on his toes throughout the match, concentrating on where the ball's coming from in terms of attacking prowess from this young table tennis opponent. It really is going to be an intriguing matchup for this first game.
It will be, and from the look of it, August likes to get his forehand into action where possible, so Paul's going to have to watch out for that. Paul, though, whether August is aware or not, but Paul has a very strong backhand, and I wonder whether Paul may look to attack with his backhand wide to August's forehand, so that will be interesting to observe.
What about the local advantage for Paul Innis? He's based here in Tauranga. I was speaking to him earlier. He said he's been training incessantly in build-up for this. He also said it's a great opportunity for him to have a break from his everyday work job where he's involved in filmmaking around the region. he sees table tennis as an opportunity for him to have a rest from that and also maintain focus and concentration. Will he have an advantage being local?
I think so. I mean, he'll have the local support, but he's used to the local conditions. So we're underway here, and immediately Paul tried to go wide to the forehand and made an error. And now playing a very short return, so it's hard for August to attack.
For the table tennis aficionados out there, there's an opportunity here for each player to serve twice, can win a point off any ball coming down the table.
Yeah. Lovely backhand cross-court wide to the forehand, which is a shot I'm looking for Paul to use against August here.
They're looking for first to 11. That will be the first game victor, played over 5 games to decide the winner. If it gets that far, have to win by the 2 points. If it's not by 2, then the game will continue until there's a 2-point victory. Things looking good so far. Very close match.
Beautiful. Lovely footwork around, moving around his backhand to hit a forehand setup and then put the kill away. That Paul looked a little surprised with that.
How much is this game about concentration, Barry, and physical demand?
Well, there's very little margin for error. So the moment you lose your focus, it's very easy to just quickly lose 2 or 3 points. So fitness is both a physical thing, but also mental. And if you are tired mentally, then you can't focus as you need to for the points.
And depending on the length of the match, I guess the concentration levels seem to wane at the end as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a good start here for Paul. His last 2 points, he got his own forehand in to attack, and he's trying to keep the ball wide for August, not away from the middle of the table where August is looking to use his forehand.
The height factor, will that come into account when you assess who might win this match or take out the first game?
Well, it's power. So August, with his lack of height and age and strength, is going to struggle power-wise against the power that Paul's able to put on the ball.
Lovely serve from Paul Innis,
Yeah.
looking very confident with the serve at the moment.
Yeah, side spin, back spin there. So there's side spin, top spin there, but August picked that one. So if Paul does have a weakness, it is in his forehand side just by his middle. So if August can just get that ball slightly away from the backhand to Paul's middle, but on the forehand side, Paul tends to struggle with that.
I think the coaches will be giving instructions to August in regards to that.
Well, no doubt. His coach is a very bright fellow. I'm sure he will see.
You're watching the North Island Table Tennis Individual Championships coming to you live from Tauranga. This is a round 32 clash between Paul Innis and August Zhao at the moment. Innis further from your screens, the taller competitor, hoping to get one more away, but was off the mark and the ball found the net.
Side spin, back spin there, and loose ball. August pounces.
Makes him punish for the loose ball. Lovely forehand from the young 11-year-old, looking very confident in the opening stages of this match.
That's a great serve. Little side spin, top spin there. Paul did not see that coming. Yeah, nice short, tight return. Forced the error.
With an opportunity here to take the opening game as Paul Innis on serve.
Oh, it's a good return. Paul went for the reverse serve, but August read that well. Wow, yeah, so Paul able to get in with his forehand, a little bit of extra topspin on that ball. August blocks it off the end. Game 1 to Paul.
Game 1 to Paul Innis of Tauranga, 1 of 5 to be played. If it gets that distance, had to work hard for it from the opening stages. Do you think that Paul Innis will take a lot of confidence out of that first 2-point win?
Oh yeah, look, I think it's a settling period as well, just trying to learn what your opponent can and can't do, and I think Paul certainly picked up some pointers there. I would expect that he will be able to control the game from here. As you can see on screen, Paul has his right calf bandage. That's a long-term injury, which does affect his movement and can be an issue for him when he tires a little.
Wasn't an issue for him early in this game to take out that first game against August Zhao. It's about keeping composure now for these players. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, the opening stages. Trolling the ball with that lovely top spin and gets so much power for such a young, short player. Incredible table tennis.
Great footwork and technique. Look at the move around there and transfers his weight into it. Beautiful shot.
Players preparing to come out. They have a resume of impressive sorts to both of these players. August Zhao, just the 11-year-old from the North Shore, has a list of accolades for what he has achieved so far. Representing the Bay of Plenty. Serving closest to your screen, Paul Innis.
So Paul attempted to hit the back of the bat there, which was a really ambitious serve. Ended up being a fault, but interesting attempt.
Might have been instructed from his coach to give that one a crack early.
I don't know.
Sometimes you live in regret in table tennis, and sometimes you regret what you don't do.
Oh, good rally. Really good shot. August moves so well. Oh, a lucky net there.
Puts the hand up off the net point.
Apologising, but he played really well. Well, 3-point lead for August now, looking strong.
Composure will play so much in this game at the moment. Young 11-year-old remaining exceptionally composed.
Look, I think August is doing the right thing here. He's trying to get his forehand attack in as much as possible and moving really well around the table. So it's 4-2 to August, and after every 6 points, they're able to have a towel break.
Yeah, his movement is remarkable, as it is with most 11-year-olds. They seem to move very quickly indeed.
Yeah.
It's such a focal point when it comes to table tennis to be able to move that light-footed around a table.
Yeah, absolutely. The footwork's critical to every shot. 6-2. He really has Paul under pressure. Oh, nice forehand, Paul. Paul's trying to play the wide angles because to just make it hard for August to get his strong forehand in. Great serve.
2 good points for Paul Innis. One from a decent forehand, the other from an impressive serve. The serve now with August Zhao.
On return, Paul is often seeking to return a short return that bounces twice to stop August attacking. Just like that. Beautiful footwork. There's a little high and just wonderful dancing across the court. Clean winner.
Technically, that was impeccable from August Zhao, who leads this second game 7-5. The first game went to Paul Innis. What a cracker match to kickstart things here on Stream Shop.
Yeah, very exciting. Heavy backspin serve. August not picking that. Sides topspin serve. Strong rally.
Very good rally. Impressive table tennis from both players. More of that to come as we bring you coverage of this North Island Table Tennis Individual Championships in Tauranga.
Beautiful shot. Yeah.
So difficult to defend that shot.
Well, he steps all the way around his backhand. So, I mean, Paul's putting it wide to the backhand, expecting to receive a backhand. August steps around. Great shot. And that often draws the next error as Paul's trying to do more with the return. Really good play from August. serve just drifted too long, and again August's in with the attack.
The serve remaining with Paul Innis, trailing by 3 in this game. Game point.
And great play from August, 1-1.
Locked things up.
Wow.
One apiece for these two players, vying for a place in the quarterfinal, trying to keep their hopes alive in this North Island Championship. Time for a break and some words of wisdom from the coaches. What would you be saying, Barry Griffiths, to these players?
Well, for me, if I was Paul, I would be suggesting a combination of short wide to the forehand and deep long to the backhand. Essentially to make August move the furthest distance possible to get his forehand in. That would be my strategy right here. August, actually, I think he played the perfect game. He's really just got to keep getting his forehand in, and it is applying a lot of pressure to Paul. And if he can get that forehand in strongly, Paul is struggling to cope with that. I think it really rests on Paul showing the ability to stop August from getting that forehand in. And if he can do that, he should be okay, but it's quite interesting.
2 games in on this 5-game match. The first game went to Paul Innis 11-9, a remarkable fight back from the young 11-year-old from the North Shore of Auckland to win that one 11-7. Can go either way. Hard to pick a player that's dominating at this stage. Contrasting styles and play is on display here in Tauranga.
Yeah, he's attempting the short return there, but August handled it well.
It's incredible the composure of some of the younger players coming through table tennis at the moment.
Yeah, oh, he's a nice little player. I love his forehand. Oh, that's a very wide block.
That was a wise decision from Paul Innis, deciding to head out wide and get him moving.
Yeah, made him move a long way. Great serve.
Lovely spin from
wow.
Innis. Cracked that one perfectly.
Yeah. That was a perfect play.
2-2 at the moment between these players in the third game.
Yeah, that was quite short. August wasn't quite sure if it was going to come over the end of the table and resulted in an error.
He's disappointed in that shot, is Paul Innis.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities to attack. So, yeah, maybe just a little surprised.
He has played a patient game throughout the opening stages of the match at some points. Will be looking to spice up his attack and make young August Zhao move a little bit more and go a little wider.
Oh, very nice play. Yeah, good attack and then moving August wide. Long serve, surprised August. He's looking for the short one.
Much of that would be about deception, wouldn't it?
It is, and it's patterns. If someone's coming in repeatedly, lovely backhand, coming in repeatedly, returning early, well, give them a long serve, push them back.
So Paul Innis with the upper hand in this third game, a 5-game match for the North Island Table Tennis Championships, playing for a place in the quarterfinal. Young August Zhao serving.
Beautiful. Beautiful
he
shot.
plays with the maturity of a player 10 years his senior, that kid.
That is a very difficult shot. It's a short ball wide to the forehand. You've got to move a long way and still control it. Oh, lovely.
It's that delightful forehand that produces so much topspin and has so much power behind it that really has put Paul Innis on the back foot with that one.
Oh, total misread of the serve there. Towel break for Paul. August tapping his feet on the sponge pad out there to get a little moisture and increase the grip on his shoes.
Is it about this stage of the match, Barry Griffiths, that fatigue could start setting in for some of these players?
I think they're both okay at this point. I actually think they've played themselves into the match and are both playing their best standard at the moment. What a backhand. What a backhand.
He likes that, Paul Innis. Gave himself the left-handed fist pump in support of that shot.
Well, that's a shot I've been looking for, because I think there's a gap out wide to August's forehand that Paul's not exploiting yet. Yeah, nice.
And perfect placement.
Yeah, he's now starting to really force August wide to the backhand to hit his forehand, and it creates an opening. Good push, pushing Paul out wide. Surprised. So 7-9 August serving. On his own serve, he can dictate play. It will be interesting to see what he brings here.
What are you expecting from this serve, Barry Griffiths?
Well, I'm thinking give Paul a little topspin serve, step round, hit a forehand. Topspin serve, step round, forehand, yeah.
That is not a commentator's curse. That's a commentator's prediction. Very
well, there you go. More of the same. I mean, the pressure's on Paul now to do something different. Oh, bad mistake there.
He went for it. He's disappointed in himself. The head goes from side to side. Chance to move forward and just gave it a little bit too much.
Well, Paul could have finished this game off now, but August has played that with great maturity, and now the pressure's right back on Paul at 9-all. And Paul played that really passively, leaving August a forehand, and you just don't want to leave this kid a forehand to hit. It's too good.
Game point, receiving the serve, August Zhao.
That's a great return too. And it's a lot of variation that August's bringing to the game here. And he'd been pegging Paul back with the deep returns, and then really a drop shot wide to the forehand caught Paul totally unawares.
He was leading that game, Paul Innis, by 3 points.
Yeah.
Looked to be resting in some confidence for a while there. Did he become complacent or just
I don't
caught
think he
off
became complacent. I mean, it just changes so quickly. I think he was up 9-6 and missed an opportunity, and then August played 2 good points to bring it back to 9-all, and at that point I think Paul felt the pressure. And August, I don't know what it is, when you're 11 years old, you don't feel the pressure.
Such a strong table tennis fraternity on the North Shore. So many young players coming through, been working tirelessly on their technique in preparation for this tournament. This is the round of 32, the men's individual at the North Island Championships in Tauranga. Innis took the first set 11-9. Fighting back was the young 11-year-old.
Look at that, lovely drop
playing
shot.
with such confidence, so light on his feet. And in fact has so much of a repertoire when it comes to what attacking shot he's going with.
Yeah, beautiful. For me, it's the movement and the footwork, and look how quickly he gets around, and then when he's in position for his forehand, he pushes off his back leg, drives into the ball. The technique is lovely.
Fourth game. Zhao leading 2-1. Nice rally, good pressure from Paul Innis.
Yeah, caught him white to the backhand there. Good moving by Paul. Yeah, you just don't want to leave August the forehands to hit. It's deadly.
How much of an advantage is there when you're serving?
You get to dictate the play and what rally you want. So, yeah, there is good advantage. So, yeah, you create what you want in the rally.
August Zhao wants to create something special on his serve. Can put it away, says Paul Innis. I know where that's going to go, where you have no opportunity to hit it back.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, August served well, got the opportunity to attack both times and dictated play, but Paul handled that well that time. I do worry with Paul that he's not actually being effective to stop August's forehand getting into play all the time. He needs to do something about that.
Nice return off serve. Nothing in this fourth game between these two impressive players at the North Island Table Tennis Championships.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He's catching Paul out with those short balls wide to the forehand. I actually think that Paul thought about hitting that round the net and might have changed his mind. It was just wide enough. Great serve. Oh.
Return of serve. Barry Griffiths.
Wow, what a backhand cross-court by August.
What a shot.
One of the few times in the game he hasn't stepped around. It just hits a clean backhand winner.
He does favour the forehand, does the young left-hander, but that was superb.
Well, Paul's in all sorts of trouble here. It just doesn't look like he knows what to do. That's a timeout from the look of it.
An opportunity for the competitors to go get a few words from their coaches.
Just tells me that Paul doesn't know what to do.
Everything he's throwing at him seems to come straight back.
August has got his number at the moment. So, and his coach there, Daniel, as I mentioned before, is a top-class player. He would be, he's not competing now, but he would be in the top couple of players in New Zealand if he was competing. Purely coaching now.
We see that happen with a few players, don't we, where they decide to maybe inject their services more in a coaching role or even try and earn funds in terms of coaching?
Yeah, I think for Daniel, I think it's income as much as anything. I guess he takes joy out of seeing how he can help the young players.
Under the pump is Paul Innis serving against August Zhao.
Oh,
he
slight
is
hesitant.
Off the mark at the moment.
I think he's feeling the pressure like he's got to attack because he's scared of August's forehand.
Went for the spin.
That pressure is resulting in errors. Crumbling now.
And he's looking a little despondent. We are courtside at the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre.
Oh, had it. He had it. So is August going to feel the pressure here? He really is on top. Crucial two serves from Paul.
For August Zhao, the best form of defence is attack at the moment.
Yeah, he's a great little player, isn't he? Looks so calm.
Very composed.
Nice forehand. Hooked that right back across him.
Went straight for the body that time.
Yep.
Did Paul Innis to pick up the point, trailing by 4 in this fourth game.
Oh, it's good defence from Paul. He's still alive, just.
Looked clinical in that point. Nice table tennis from both players.
August looking around a little bit. Is he feeling nervous, do you think?
It'll be the first signs of nerves from the 11-year-old if it is.
Great serve, straight into the body of Paul. It's match point. Oh, that's the serve he faulted on in the beginning, back of the bat. And August had no idea what's happening.
He had no idea where that was going.
And Daniel's given the timeout signal.
So Daniel said, come on in, mate. You're still in with a chance to win the whole match.
What a serve that was.
Yeah, years of experience for Paul Innis. We mentioned before, at 17 years of age, he decided to give the game away for a couple of decades. Is certainly making himself known since coming back to the match. It's been such a momentum shift throughout this fourth game. It is match point at the moment to August Zhao up against Paul Innis, who will be serving to remain alive in this competition.
Oh, and he fault serves, and it's match to August. Great result.
Congratulations to August Zhao at 11 years of age. He'll make it through to the quarterfinals of the men's individual table tennis championships. A disappointing finish there from Paul Innis. He played so well to remain in that final game and to go out with a fault serve.
Well, yeah, the serve before an ace and a superb serve, and then timeout, walks back to the table, sets himself and fault, anti-climax there, and Paul will be disappointed with that. I think he might have got a shock about how good August is.
August is a tremendous young player from the North Shore. 2021 ITF World Hopes Around the Clock champ and the New Zealand Table Tennis National Hopes Under-12s team. He managed to wrap that one up in 4 games, trailed the first one but won the next 3 and played with an area of confidence that certainly surpassed his 11 years of age. Let's look at some of the highlights throughout this match. mentioned before, Barry Griffiths, how Paul Innis did try and get the 11-year-old moving as much as possible, but those quick little feet seemed to put him in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, beautiful mover. He's going to be a top player. There's no doubt about that.
He was clinical at times, was the under-13s boys team champion from the North Island in 2022, so he's certainly had a year to celebrate, whilst this is the first time this tournament has been able to go ahead since 2019. It's been a massive hiatus, certainly, for table tennis competitors and fans, but we are back in action. Thanks to the gorgeous Bay of Plenty, Table Tennis New Zealand and Stream Shop, we can bring you coverage of a fantastic weekend of table tennis.
I think the next match coming up is women's singles. Last 32, if I can recollect, Gina Liu from Auckland and Cecilia Huang also from Auckland.
What do you know about these two players, Barry Griffiths?
Well, Gina is a hard trainer. It's a bit like the last match of the experienced player versus the young player. And Gina trains hard. I often see her training in at the Auckland Stadium, training with others, getting coaching. She's very quick, has excellent serves. So I think if you watch Gina serving, that'll be a little highlight of the match. Gina, when she plays, has different rubber on each side of the bat. The forehand is sponge, where she applies topspin for her forehand loops. Backhand is short pimples, and that doesn't apply so much spin. It's for flat hitting and kind of smashing.
Is that common to have that?
It's not uncommon. I mean, most players have normal rubber for top spinning. But yeah, that's Gina's style, and Cecilia is more orthodox, but as a young player, she's strong off both sides, but Gina would be the more powerful of the two players, and Gina I would expect to be the favourite. Mind you, I did expect Paul to be the favourite in the last match, and didn't turn out that way.
Anything can happen in the sport of table tennis. We're counting down to the Open Women's Singles here for the 2022 North Island Championships. It will be a quarter final between Gina Liu and Cecilia Huang. It's a match that has been highly anticipated by fans that have turned out to the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre in Tauranga to try and back some of the best players in the country at the moment. How would you describe the sport of table tennis in New Zealand at the moment? Barry Griffiths, is it in a good place?
Oh, I think it's growing at the moment. It's in Auckland, it's particularly strong. They've got a strong structure at the Auckland Stadium. There are three other associations around Auckland, North Shore, Waitemata and Counties, and Waitemata has just had their stadium upgraded and double the size.
Magnificent stadium.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and one of the players here was instrumental in having that done and going through Waitakere Council. It's Simon Fennick, who's in the very far corner of the stadium training at the moment.
He's always training, Simon. Always training.
He's always doing something. So I think good. The women's side of table tennis, well, the female side of table tennis, had a drop off for a number of years, which had been a little disappointing. And I know that there's a real emphasis on that now to increase numbers, especially among the young, and to redevelop that. And we're going to be seeing one of the strong up-and-coming young female players in Cecilia here. I'm expecting her to put up a good match against Gina, but I would expect Gina overall to be too strong.
Well, she's so dominant in the serve, isn't she, Gina?
Yeah, and she's a powerful player. Can get a bit nervous, Gina, but she is a powerful player.
Can't afford to get too nervous at this stage of the competition, as we saw earlier in the other matches we have been covering. Nerves can certainly play its part. Remaining composure is very important. So we're counting down to the Open Women's Singles quarter-final. Gina Liu versus Cecilia Huang.
Oh, quarter-final, yeah, right.
Hoping to progress through this competition in Tauranga, a warm-up for the two competitors. It's a battle of the experienced up against the up-and-coming. Cecilia Huang, who is closest to your screen at the moment in the blue shirt, up against the serving maestro of Gina Liu. Serving will play a massive part in this game. As Barry Griffiths mentioned before, joining me in commentary, the former Olympian, went to the Seoul Olympics in '88, wasn't it, Barry?
Yeah, that's
what
right.
Are you, Olympic number 5'4"?
I don't know.
Surely you know your Olympic number.
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
I'm thinking it's 5'4'5". It just rings a bell for some reason. Plenty of these players competing here in Tauranga would be aspiring to represent New Zealand at one stage at the Olympic Games. Both Barry and I were fortunate enough to be at the Olympics in Tokyo to witness some remarkable matches. Table tennis itself originated in England. First of all, it has been dominated by the Asian countries, especially China, over the years. They've got a stranglehold on the sport.
Oh, absolutely. They have wonderful systems for table tennis, and they tend to win 90% of world titles and Olympic medals in table tennis around that. So, there's always the odd event that they don't win, but it's a disappointment for them, that's for sure.
A few fans have turned up in Tauranga, which is great to see post-COVID, an opportunity for this tournament to go ahead and also see some of the best table tennis players in the country. It is the North Island champs, but we do have competitors competing from Canterbury as well. We're counting down to a championship in the South Island in August. And fans have decided to get a taste of some of the best players in the country.
Little side spin, topspin serve there. Gina didn't pick it. Ball pops up and Cecilia puts it away.
It's all about deception on the serve as well.
What has Gina got on the serve? Often long, fast side spin serves from Gina, quite often. There it is.
Beautiful serve.
Very nice.
That's how she likes to start any match, is by dominating that serve.
So that's where you see the effect of Gina having the short pimples on the backhand. She just took the pace off the ball died, and Cecilia was unable to react. Powerful, yeah.
Leading the way at the moment is Gina Liu, leading 4-1 in this opening game of 5 to decide the winner if it gets that far. Just not on her game at the moment is Cecilia Huang.
Yeah, feeling the pressure against Gina. Tough on receives, you've got to be strong on your own serve.
Surely it takes a while to get going as well in the sport of table tennis.
And getting familiar with what your opponent's doing. So as she gets used to Gina's serves, I think things will improve for her.
These athletes train daily in preparation for tournaments like this, spending hours and hours perfecting their shots and their serve. A majority of that would be put into service.
Nice backhand opener, yeah. Change of direction from Gina, catches Cecilia.
She has to try something, doesn't she? She can't afford for Gina Liu to race away in this opening game. She's leading by 5 at the moment.
Oh, that's right.
On the serve.
Yeah, nice change of direction, yeah. Caught Gina out the wide.
That might be the secret, change the direction.
Yeah. I mean, Gina plays a fast game, so if you can catch her out a little bit, she'll start to make a few errors. Good return. So I think Cecilia's starting to learn.
Just checking with our aficionados that the score is correct there, 7-4. It's good to see the players can keep an eye on the scoring as well.
Yeah. Well done. That's good defence. Gina had her on trouble, but she just hung in there.
So now questions being asked of Gina Liu. She's leading 7-5, was dominating the opening stages of the match, but under pressure now and will receive the serve.
Yes.
Started with such confidence. Looked impeccable in some of those opening shots, dominating play throughout.
Yeah, strong forehand attack. But interesting now, so Cecilia serving. She has an opportunity to put pressure on Gina. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Gina was uncertain on the return, popped up a little bit, and Cecilia puts it away.
Cecilia looked very comfortable that time with the backhand.
Topspin serve, and she doesn't pick it.
That was a beautiful serve.
Yeah.
That was trademark
Side
Gina
spin,
Liu.
topspin, yeah. Here we go. Backspin. Yeah,
Good rally.
nice. And Gina moves very well. I mean, she's not the youngest player out there, but she's very fit, great footwork.
An opportunity to take out the first game, Gina Liu. Game point here, receiving the serve.
Side spin, topspin. Gina's not picking that.
And cracks the forehand.
Yeah.
Still with the serve is Huang, trailing by 3 in the opening game.
Making Gina move from backhand to forehand, and Gina's just a little hesitant.
Look to the side of the court there for some support from the table.
I think Gina's thinking about what to do now. She's caught her out with a couple of side topspin serves. I expect exactly that to come now. No, backspin. Interesting.
And read well by Huang. What a fight back.
Surely side spin, topspin.
Still with one opportunity here. Game point to take the opening game. Gina Liu serving.
There it is. And she picked it. Oh.
Power shot to take out that first game. Gina Liu, she certainly had to work hard for that one, taking it out 11-9. It was a topsy-turvy opening game. Both players showing dominance in several shots of theirs. And it certainly came down to that deceptive serve from Gina Liu, which she practices incessantly and is such a weapon in her artillery.
Yeah, there's a great forehand to finish there as well. So I think Gina's at her best when she is aggressive and doesn't hesitate at all. Like at certain stages there, she was a little passive. She's better off to swing and take the risks, I think. It pays off more often than not.
Gina Liu taking out that opening game against Cecilia Huang, both players from Auckland. There was just 2 points in the deciding game. Both players taking their time to dominate proceedings. At the moment for this second game, it will be Gina Liu serving closest to your screens in the pink shirt. Nice return. Beautiful to watch.
Return, yeah.
Really comfortable. Just pushed it forward, found the gap.
Yeah. So Gina went with the backspin serve there to make it harder for Cecilia to attack from it. Paid dividends.
One apiece. Huang to serve in the blue.
Oh, side spin, backspin. That's a difficult serve to pick.
It's a difficult serve to do.
It is, I think, yeah. Top spin, I think, that time. So clearly Gina is a little uncertain on the receive there and is just being a bit defensive. Some confusion.
Cecilia Huang asking whose turn it is to serve. Our officials said it is with you. Nice serve. A pause from the umpire. Conversation as to whether or not it hit the net.
The score was wrong, I think. I actually think that Cecilia was 3-1 up. I think the umpires made an error. So therefore it would be 3-2 Cecilia now.
Yep, confirmation there that it is 3-2 to Huang. Gina Liu with the serve. What will she do?
Don't know.
Where's that crystal ball, Barry?
Now there's the side topspin. Well, I mean, I was just a little uncertain because Cecilia is starting to handle that side topspin now. So that's where if I was playing, I'd actually have a few doubts myself.
8 times national champion is Barry Griffiths joining us in commentary for the North Island Individual Championships. This is the women's clash. Quarter-final match seeking a place into a semi-final. Do or die at this stage of the competition.
Side topspin, she's picked it. Good return.
Trying to remain focused in the match, both competitors. Nice movement from Huang. The apology hand goes up from Liu as we are locked up in this second game 4-4. A defining moment of the match. The serve will be with Liu. She's a maestro server, this one.
That's a good serve, I think in particular because Cecilia's been looking to return with the backhand and Gina just brought that into the forehand side. It surprised her.
It does seem as though Liu is starting to keep the ball away from Cecilia's backhand.
And again, that was to the forehand side with backspin on it. Cecilia so wants to play a backhand. She stepped across, shouldn't have done that. Error.
Time for Cecilia Huang, trailing 4-6 to serve.
I think in general, Gina is now starting to target the forehand side of Cecilia's middle, which is a good strategy.
That's not where Cecilia Huang wants it. She wants to go for that power backhand.
Yeah.
Gives her so much confidence in play. Nothing between these two players at this stage of the competition. Time for a towel break on the 6th point as we take a look at some highlights from the opening game and also the early stages of game 2. Very good footwork also from Cecilia Huang. She gets around the table very well indeed.
Yeah, a let there with another ball entering the court, but again, you can see that Gina was targeting the forehand side in the middle.
There's plenty of action here in Tauranga. You're witnessing scenes from court table number 3. There's plenty of action going around all of us. 47 events, 606 entries, 185 competitors all vying for a national title. And at the moment, it is the quarterfinal of the women's clash. Let that one go too far that time.
Yeah, so when she's attacking Gina's backhand, Gina's just letting the pimples take effect. It's slowing down and Cecilia's struggling with that.
That's 2. Has gone too long for Cecilia Huang. So with the upper hand at the moment is Gina Liu. Just 2 points away from taking the second game in this 5-game match.
Again to the forehand middle.
Short serve.
Short serve's a nice serve, but interesting that Gina again went straight to the forehand middle, and that's really giving Cecilia trouble.
She's done her homework and it's paying dividends. Game point.
Oh, beautiful.
Great rally.
Yeah.
Great table tennis all round. Had to make the shot to remain in this game, did Cecilia Huang, and she was on top of her game there. Hand up. Apology off the net that takes the point.
First time in the match, Gina goes to a backhand serve there. Haven't seen her do that before. And yeah, Cecilia Slightly lucky return, but
what would
8-10.
be the reasoning behind that, Barry? Why now?
Well, I think just to give someone a different look. Yeah, Gina's struggling with that little side topspin serve.
And almost playing defensively, isn't she?
This is where at times I say Gina can have some nerves at times, and I think we're seeing that. Oh, great backhand down the line, change of direction, steals the second.
Takes the second game here in Tauranga, 11-9. We certainly have a match on our hands. Gina Liu looking confident at the later stages. Question her ability to maintain that depending on performance, but at this stage she's looking cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, well, there really is not much in it, you can tell. First two games both 11-9, could have gone either way.
This match is played over a best of 5. If it gets that far at the moment, it is the experienced campaigner Gina Liu has won both games just by 2 points. Had to work hard for both of them, Barry Griffiths.
Oh, absolutely. I think Cecilia has kept her under a lot of pressure. Even when Gina pulled out to a 10-6 lead, Cecilia came back, fought hard, just kept a lot of pressure on her. Gina, though, is targeting that middle, the forehand middle, and I think that's been what's enabled her to keep this lead.
Advising her to keep it away from that powerful backhand.
Yeah. And that serve's very effective.
Great start from the young Aucklander, leading 2-0 in this third game. Pressure on Gina Liu now, her serve.
Backspin.
Nice
heavy
serve.
heavy topspin, well handled. I think this is where the training really comes through. So I've often observed Cecilia training in the Auckland squads with the various coaches, a lot of multi-ball done, which pushes them in footwork, and you can just see the movement and the speed with which Cecilia gets around the court.
How many balls are involved in multi-ball training?
Well, I'm only just guessing now, but maybe there is a bucket of 100 balls or something like that.
Wow.
And the coach just hits them one after another at the player, and the player just has to hit the required shot from the coach, and it's very, very hard work, exhausting actually, and typically the coach will hit it all over the table. You just got to move, react, and play the shot.
For these competitors, Barry Griffiths, how much do you think they're training in preparation for this tournament?
Oh, they're training daily. They are, absolutely. And even Gina, who's not in the squads, etc., she's finding practice partners and receives coaching from the likes of Aaron Lee, would be one of the coaches, and he is an ex-Chinese player who I think made the last 16 of the Chinese National Championship, which is an incredibly high standard. I don't think Aaron's here, but yeah, Gina has had quite a bit of coaching with him.
He would certainly be able to impart his wisdom.
Yeah, he's very good.
He might not be here. I'm sure he's following this live stream. It's Table
lovely
Tennis New
backhand.
Zealand. That was outstanding.
Cecilia's backhand is really excellent.
She's certainly been the most dominant player in this game so far.
Lucky shot.
Couldn't get it across the net. Hand goes up as an apology, but I'll still take the point.
Yeah.
Which often happens in table tennis.
Isn't it funny how you apologise but still take the point?
I'm taking that point.
I'm not giving that point back.
I'm sorry, but thank you.
Then unlucky for Cecilia, hers hits the net but bounces out.
Be interesting to see how Cecilia Huang reacts now. She was leading by 3 in this third game. It's now 5-all.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, topspin serve pressure. Gina to serve, what now? Another topspin serve.
Lovely.
Handled this time.
It was a nice return of serve that time by Huang, but she was always on the back foot trying to guess where it was coming.
Yes.
That is the benefit in the art of having such a superb serve like Gina Liu.
Yeah, she gets a great start in the rally, doesn't she? And you're fighting uphill from there.
Fighting uphill and fighting for a comeback. Cecilia Huang serving against Liu.
Just pushing a bit too hard there.
Is she trying too hard to create something too special?
Yeah, I think she's been the one winning most of the rallies, so she doesn't have to go too hard on the rallies. Gina's just being patient, and Cecilia is making errors now, and Gina's got probably a winning lead at 9-5 with 2 serves to come.
And she is 2 points away from taking the match.
Backspin serve, hasn't done one of those for a while, straight into the forehand middle.
1 more point, match point. Get the sweat off the shoes. Defining moment in the game. Gina Liu serving.
Oh, gone with the straight topspin serve and sets up for the forehand, but just misses.
Keeping her hopes alive, Cecilia Huang.
Oh, beautiful way to finish it off, Gina. Strong forehand and too good this time.
And that was her idea throughout the match. She realised just how strong Cecilia Huang's backhand was and tried to push it out to the forehand as much as possible. Sometimes to the body, sometimes further, but she certainly caught the young Aucklander out of step there and can celebrate a comprehensive game.
Comprehensive but not easy. I think in the end, Gina probably outthought her. She was just the smarter player.
How much in the game of table tennis does tactics come into it, Barry Griffiths?
Oh, it's huge. Everyone has a superpower, I like to think of, when they play. And you just have to find a way to work around that or to nullify that. Big smile from Gina, very happy.
What's your superpower? Come on now.
Well, a lot of
I'm
players...
talking table tennis, of course.
a lot of people might consider that I have a strong backhand.
You do.
But I'm more of an all-round player. I mean, I can hit reasonably strong shots from many positions. Oh, it was best of 7.
Best of 7 this match, not best of 5.
Well, that's my mistake, so away we go. 4th set, Gina serving.
So Gina Liu has the serve. Went
Nice.
wide that time.
I mean, I like the way she's drifting that back into Cecilia's forehand when you can clearly Cecilia's looking to play the backhand, and it's causing a lot of trouble.
Both players looking very composed at the moment and relaxed, not feeling the stress of this North Island Championship. Gina Liu has won the first 3 games 11-9, 11-9, 11-9. And will be looking to put this one away in the 4th.
Yes, and has a good chance to do so, I would say.
Cecilia Huang serving.
And again caught out to the forehand. Just seeing Cecilia's balance move to the backhand side, and Gina is really exposing the forehand there.
So what can Cecilia Huang do to try and get that ball back to her backhand?
Well, I don't think that's what she has to do. I think what she needs to do is recognise that Gina is looking to play the forehand. She's got to settle on the forehand and punish a few balls. That's the best way to get Gina to go back to the backhand where she prefers it. She needs to make sure her forehand is strong now, but I'm not sure that she's able to do that.
Questions are being asked of the young Aucklander, Cecilia Huang.
And Gina's bench coach there is her son, Leo.
I'm not surprised because I have my son telling me what to do all the time.
Yeah, don't we both?
That's the son thing, Barry.
Yeah.
That's the son thing.
I have 2 sons.
Yes. Tremendous amount of family connections in the sport of table tennis in New Zealand. Some of these players come from tremendous pedigree. Table tennis, a fabulous family sport. At this level, there is no love lost in the game of table tennis. It's all business. And going about her business well is Gina Liu in the pink singlet, closest to your screen.
Looking very strong.
Beautiful server.
Wide to the backhand. You see Cecilia stepped across her forehand to play a backhand. She really needs to stay put and hit the forehand at that point.
She might have to let that one go if she's in with a chance of fighting back in this match. Disappointed with that one.
Well, there are two fortunate points for Cecilia. Gina's had dominated both points and then made two errors. And Cecilia has caught up a couple of points when it could easily have gone the other way.
She might have to go back to her coach, her son, on the table side.
From what I'm seeing, Gina knows exactly what she's doing. So a couple of those last couple of points, she's gone very wide to see Cecilia's backhand because Cecilia's moving towards her forehand to use her backhand. Gina can see the holes. She's very smart.
She's a clinical, clever player.
Again,
is
straight
Gina Liu.
into that forehand middle. Yeah.
That's worked for her in the opening stages of the game and continues to work for her now as she leads 6-3 against Cecilia Huang. Liu with the serve.
And again, the first movement from Cecilia, she moved immediately to hit the backhand, then had to change to the forehand. That she's just still not figured that out.
Seeing the first signs of recognition from Gina Liu, gave herself a little left-handed fist pump with the last point. She's sensing something special now as she wants to progress to the semi-final of this national tournament.
Oh, it's too good.
So hard to hit back from that. So Cecilia Huang, the shoulders are down. She's starting to ask herself and her supporters, what does she need to do to get back in this match?
I think it's probably just a little too far.
Leading 9-3. Game 4.
Wonderful serve. Short side topspin.
This will be match point. I know you've heard it before.
Wonderful play by Gina there. Stronger and stronger.
She certainly improved as the match went along. Was dominant in game 1. Lost away slightly in game 2, but 3 and 4 played with so much composure. A remarkable serve that is so difficult to hit back. She goes up to her coach and her son, and I'm sure he's saying, great job, Mum.
I think he is. He's proud of his mum.
Yeah, you can't see her at this stage, but we can tell you here at the Youth Event Centre in Tauranga that she's got a smile on her face and is very happy to continue her way in the competition.
I think her son Leo is enjoying telling her mum what she did right and wrong. But overall, I thought Gina played a great match and got better as the match went on.
She dominated proceedings towards the end of that. Good signs, though, for the young table tennis players in New Zealand. Great for the women's game to see two wahine dominating play. And in terms of Cecilia Huang, who went down in those 4 games and lost the match, what can she take out of this, do you think, in terms of moving forward with her career?
Honestly, I think that she would gain a great benefit from watching that match again on video to see how Gina maneuvered the ball into the forehand side of her body. And what Cecilia needs to do in those positions is get around and use her forehand.
Tactical play so important in the sport of table tennis. Isn't that a beautiful shot of her serve?
Yep, and you saw the hesitation from Cecilia on the return. So if we see it here, if it's the same one again, you see that first move to the backhand from Cecilia, and again late moving to the forehand. Steps across, she stepped across in front of her forehand. You know, it's fine to have a strong backhand, but it's very hard to hit winning shots from your backhand. At best, it's going to set you up, and then you need to step around and use your forehand at that point. And Cecilia seems too happy to stay on her backhand side.
She doesn't get much of an opportunity to rest, does Gina Liu, who has just taken out the quarterfinal of the Women's Opens, and we are counting down now here in Tauranga to what we believe is the semi-final of the Open Mixed Doubles, featuring, of course, Gina Liu.
And her son.
How about that?
So, yeah, mother and son playing the mixed doubles, and they're up against Josh Alexander and Joanna Yang. So Josh is an excellent player. He's, again, one of the older brigade, but technically a wonderful player. And his partner is Joanna Yang, who is probably in the top 3 in the women in New Zealand. So Josh and Joanna would be the favoured pair here, but Gina and Leo could bring a surprise. So yeah, quality matchup.
Can we explain to the viewers and listeners around Aotearoa the differences when it comes to a doubles match of table tennis compared to individual, and also some of the myths about table tennis? I mean, a lot of table tennis people that don't play professionally or at this level think you have to serve from one side to the other when it comes to singles. Yeah. Is that true?
Well, when you're playing singles, you can serve the entire table, but the ball has to hit your own side first. In doubles, you have to hit diagonally, so you could say from a right-hander's perspective, the forehand court to the other person's forehand court.
Always right to right? Always?
Yeah, always. It's unlike tennis where you move from deuce to ad court. It's always the same court in table tennis. Although there is a discussion at the world level that perhaps they should start alternating it. But at this stage, that's how it is. And each doubles partner must hit alternate shots. So if Gina hits a shot, then on her own side, the next shot must be hit by Leo, followed again by Gina. So alternate shots.
That's where it's a great opportunity for those that are attacking. Take an opportunity where a player may not be there.
Yeah, so I always find a very good strategy in doubles is to pin the first opponent wide to the forehand, because from that position they've then got to get all the way around the back and behind their partner without blocking their partner and get in position. Usually there is not time for that. Usually it means the next shot they'll have to be hitting a ball from wide on their backhand, and so I find that's a pretty effective strategy. A little bit risky. You go wide to their forehand, they could just crack it, but if you execute it well, it's effective.
Has doubles table tennis been great for Table Tennis New Zealand in Aotearoa here?
We've had some good results in doubles internationally. So yeah, I think it's been positive. Most of the players do work hard towards the singles side of things, but they certainly look to pick up titles in doubles and mixed as well. This one will be a good one. Josh, who's closest to the camera, just picking the ball up now, has quite short swings, but still powerful, gets a lot of energy into the ball with just a short swing.
So it's the family affair, Leo Mammadov and Gina Liu, the mother-son combination, up against Josh Alexandre and Joanna Huang.
And interesting with Joanna, Gina has short pips on her backhand, so does Joanna. So both of them use that, and it's where you hit the ball quite flat and quite hard, or sometimes you can just stop the ball and the ball will be a little bit like a drop shot. So they both do that, and Joanna in particular likes to punch that backhand.
So this is the open mixed doubles semi-final one. Alexandre and Yang against Mammadov and Liu. You are watching the 2022 North Island Individual Table Tennis Championships. We're coming to you live from Tauranga, Moana, the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre. Joining me is 8 times New Zealand champion and Olympic competitor Barry Griffiths, and we feel exceptionally privileged and pleased.
Joanna to serve.
Joanna to serve.
Yeah, Gina forces Josh out wide, and while he's still warming up, an error from Josh. So Josh signalled to Joanna there under the table what serve he wanted her to do. So that was a signal for a no-spin serve, and I guess Gina didn't pick it. She put the ball off the side.
Will we see a lot of that signalling?
Well, from this end, obviously they work it out. I'm not sure whether Gina and Leo do that or not. So Gina serves surprisingly long, catches Josh. Oh no, Gina's signalling to Leo. That's the hand under the table. And she catches Josh again. Right, so yeah, different partners have different signalling conventions. I'm not quite sure what that one was. Yeah, well, that's a no-spin serve. So then Leo's expecting backspin. Same again. Serve very effective early on. Leo to Joanna. She's signalling the return. That's not always normal for players to signal a return. Leo served on the wrong side, didn't get over the diagonal line, so it's a fault.
I went for the smash.
Yeah.
Didn't pay dividends. It's always entertaining, though.
Joanna's quite aggressive. She tends to just go for it. Yeah, big forehand from Josh. Yeah, he has the potential to dominate this match if he plays well. So it will be interesting to see how he goes. That's a big shot. So that's not a float signal. That's the topspin signal. Oh, beautiful backhand.
Lovely backhand from Leo Mammadov.
I think Mum would be proud of that.
Haha, the mother-son combination of Gina Liu and Leo Mammadov. If you have just joined us, Gina Liu has just successfully made her way through to the Women's Open semi-finals, had a chance to step away from the table, have a drink of water, and now competing in the mixed doubles.
Oh, what a backhand from Leo. Another one.
That's his power shot at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Wisely, Josh decides to go to the forehand wing. It appears that Leo is setting for the backhand. So I'm guessing that's a backspin signal. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, there we go. Backspin signal, yeah.
Good instruction.
Yeah, so Joanna was saying what she preferred. Down she goes. It's also a backspin signal, I think, based on the last one. And again, Leo doesn't get the backspin. So nice call, Joanna. Oh, wonderful backhand. Gina is on form.
She's like, let me do it myself. She took advantage of the fact that it had to be her shot, but I don't think even if it was going to her son, she would have let it go. That was such a dominant shot.
Good shot.
So powerful.
Oh, nice. Oh, great rally all round.
Great synergy between Mammadov and Liu. They are mother and son.
8-all.
Nothing in this mixed.
No, I don't get
doubles
to see the
final.
signal this time. So that was a surprise. Josh was passive. That ball was there to hit, and he played safe, and Leo hits the winner. Nice serve, error. 9-all now.
Nothing separating these two teams at this stage.
And that's Averill Roberts in the umpire's chair, very experienced international New Zealand umpire.
Hats off to the umpires that are contributing to this event here in Tauranga. Takes a village and more to make a tournament like this successful.
Here we go. Side spin, backspin. Josh, very sharp, winner.
He's dominating proceedings at the moment is Josh Alexandre.
Yeah, well played, Josh.
Very good return of serve.
It was very good. He really put a lot of topspin work on the ball, and Leo just didn't get over it. So yeah, in the end, Josh was the difference.
He creates a lot of topspin from that shot. It's very hard to play back from. He's a confident player as well, isn't he? Rides on confidence.
Oh yeah, he is. When he's confident, he's really tough to play against. He's very effective. He's actually, although he's one of the older players here, he's actually a chance for the men's singles. I do not think anyone will enjoy playing Josh. He's very sharp.
What makes him such a good table tennis player?
I think his swings are very short and compact. It enables him to be very quick to respond to the ball. And he's fit, he trains hard, he does a lot of coaching. Gina to serve. Good return by Joanna, catches Leo out wide to the backhand. Can't see that signal this time, but backspin. Nice shot. just missed time, missed swing.
It happens.
Yeah.
As uncharacteristic as it may be, it certainly happens.
Yeah, strong forehand that time. Not sure what that signal is. The signaling's not easy because each pairing has their own language.
Yep, they don't want anyone else knowing what they're going to do apart from each other.
Great return,
Very
Josh.
good return of serve.
Yeah,
It's been exceptional, Josh Alexander, on that return of serve, especially off his forehand.
He sort of fainted to go cross court, then went down the line.
He's a deceptive player.
Yeah.
It's paid off today. Ooh.
Good sharp return, too tough for Joanna.
She was disappointed in that shot, was Joanna Young.
Nice return. Again, I like that wide return to the forehand. Very effective. It catches the players out, and if they then have to recover, it's a long way to move behind their partner.
Let's see what Jean Liu decides to serve up this time.
Side spin, top spin.
Off the net.
Backspin. Yeah. So she's hitting with the Pimples topspin ball, which the Pimples will not give a lot of topspin, and Leo dumps it on the net, maybe anticipating spin that isn't there.
Interesting, you mentioned that both female competitors, Joanna Young and Gina Liu, are playing with that backhand pimple.
Yeah. And the same result.
It's not common though, is it?
Oh, it's less common than other rubbers, but it's a perfectly valid option to consider.
Good teamwork.
Great play.
Great play. Alexandra and Yang in the second game of this 5-game match of the mixed doubles. Race away to a 3-point lead.
That's a terrific serve. Did it stay on the right side? It'd be nice to see a repeat of that. But
yes. The umpire gives the point to
Liu. Yeah. Oh, lovely, Josh. Sets it up and Joanna puts it away.
And that's the basics of mixed or doubles table tennis, isn't it? Set it up, get your partner to put it away.
Look, I think one of the arts is to play for your partner. So play so that the next ball is going to be positioned well for them. If you play it just like a singles game, it's not as effective. You've got to be thinking about what's going to suit your partner's next shot.
Game point.
Nice serve.
Looking really confident now is Josh Alexandre and Joanna Young of Auckland. They took up that second game of 5, 11-4. Some remarkable displays of table tennis, including a delightful forehand from Josh Alexandre.
Yeah, they're looking good, aren't they? I think Josh is taking control of this match to some degree.
And they look comfortable.
They do. The first game was close. There was pressure on. I think it was 9-all, was it, in the first game? And then Josh hit a couple of great shots. And second game, they were dominating. And I think Josh is putting his stamp on the game at the moment.
Well, Barry Griffiths, Olympian number 554, put your coach's hat on. And what are you going to say to Leo and Gina in terms of getting ready for this all-important third game?
Wow, it's actually
tough one, I know.
It is a tough one. I think they're up against the stronger pair, to be honest. I think Josh and Joanna have just a bit more in their arsenal. I think they need to really try and get their attack in, but it's easier said than done. But like there, I mean, Gina, I think, has lost a little confidence, but that was right there in her forehand zone. She needs to attack. And,
ironically, in that opening game where she played the women's signal, she wouldn't have missed that shot.
Yeah, I think there's an element of confidence around that, yes. She's serving to Josh, and she's a bit too nervous to do the long serves because he's so powerful, yeah.
Let's see what she brings up on her second serve.
Yeah, so if you're a little worried about your opponent, the safer option is short backspin. which is what she went to that first one, but it depends how confident Gina's feeling. So yeah, same again.
And it made it so difficult for her partner and her son to get across court.
It just allows Josh to control the rally from the beginning. Yeah. So I think what we're seeing here is that the early phase of the rally, whoever is controlling that is controlling the game. And it's clearly Josh and Joanna who are controlling that early phase. So even though Leo and Gina have got lovely shots, they're the whole time on the defensive. Nice serve.
Lovely serve. Really needed that point, did Liu and Mammadov.
Oh, great attack. That's a good 2 points by them.
Serve goes now to Alexandre and Yang. Yang to serve.
Nice.
Nice rally.
Yeah, well played.
Nice rally. Good table tennis.
Yeah. Well, they've made the fight back for you.
It's an important game. They're trailing by 2 games. Could be decided in this one.
Good serve.
They know they have to win it to remain in the match and stay in the competition.
Yeah, I think Gina's feeling a little pressure here, making a few mistakes. Serving to Josh. What's she going to do? She's gone for the fast long serve. Josh is he's onto it.
He knew that was coming.
That's why I say he has quite short swings, so he can react very quickly. He's a good player. Gina is unsure.
Pressure is on Gina Liu at the moment, serving to try and remain in this game. We have a ball on court. Several games happening at the Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre. It's not just this one on table 3.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Leo's got strong shots, both forehand and backhand. If he had more opportunities, it could change the outcome here.
It's also good to see Leo Mammadov back himself.
Yeah. That's very nice move.
Put the whole body on that one, didn't it? That one too far.
Is that a signal for a long serve? 5-9.
Just catching up on the score there. 5-9.
Oh, what a return.
Fabulous. The art of doubles table tennis was exposed then, wasn't it?
That shot is what's known as a strawberry, which why it got that name I'm not sure, but it just goes, you're just going the wrong side of the ball to totally deceive the opponent.
Match point. And they go wide.
Gina misses, and it's match to Josh and Joanna.
There we have it. We have a deciding winner in the open mixed doubles. It's the semi-final. 2 good on the day here in Tauranga. Josh Alexandra and Joanna Young of Auckland managed to defeat the mother-son combination of Leo Mammadov and Gina Liu of Auckland. They certainly dominated proceedings, did Alexandra and Young, and they played like a side or a doubles team that are very confident in their efforts out on the court. There you have the results, 11-9, 11-4, 11-5, a comprehensive straight game victory in that 5-set match. And we expect to see a lot more of this doubles pairing of Josh Alexandra and Joanna Young throughout this competition. Under pressure there was Gina Liu. She's just come from an open women's singles match. Literally had enough time to get a drink of water and have a quick cordial with her son to let him know what would be expected of them in the table tennis arena. Not much time, no rest for the wicket in this game of table tennis, Barry Griffiths.
And I think that's one of the challenges where we talk about stamina and so forth, just having to play match after match, potentially one after another. It's really hard to maintain that level of concentration that's required. So that might have been a little bit unhelpful for Gina. So yeah, it was nevertheless a good win for Josh and Joanna, but Gina and Leo did quite well. Not expected to win that particular outcome, and I thought young Leo played an excellent game.
You expect us to see more from Josh Alexander and Joanna Young in this competition? Have they got a chance to go all the way, judging from that performance?
I actually need to see who's on the other side of the draw in the mixed doubles final, but they certainly have a chance to win the whole thing. I'm thinking of two other ladies that could be quite strong, and that would be Kim Huang, who would be the top seed for the women's singles, and Carrie Guo, who's also very strong. So I'm not sure who they are partnered with or if they're still in the competition. They would be tough opponents. So in the women's doubles semi-final, we have Sarah Hurley, Catherine Zhao, and Cecilia Huang, who we saw earlier, and Aurora Lim. Now, Sarah Hurley is an interesting player. She has been a New Zealand representative player, currently does a lot of coaching, and has been come back relatively recently from England, where she was both playing and coaching over there, and now does a lot of work in Waitemata, I think, Waitemata table tennis, where she coaches. But I see her training a lot. She's very fit, so that will be interesting. I think I would favour Sarah and Catherine against Cecilia and Aurora here.
What do you know about their opposition? What can you tell us about Cecilia Huang?
Well,
we saw her play earlier, of course.
Yeah, Cecilia, we saw earlier, has a lovely backhand, and we saw that she really likes to hit that backhand, and has very good footwork. Aurora is perhaps not quite the same standard, but she trains very hard. I'm in the Auckland Table Tennis Stadium quite often, and Aurora is always there training, playing matches, getting coaching. So we're talking about players who put in a very regular effort into table tennis, so they work very hard.
You're watching the North Island Individual Table Tennis Championships conducted here in Tauranga, Moana. We're counting down to the Open Women's Doubles semi-final. It is Sarah Hurley teaming up with Catherine Zhao of Auckland, up against Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim, also of Auckland. We expect to see some exceptional table tennis on display, from power shot to gorgeous lob to exceptional serving, to players that can display such finesse it will make you want to pick up a bat and embark upon the sport of table tennis. More than 180 competitors are part of this tournament, which is the second biggest participation-wise on the table tennis New Zealand calendar. More than 606 entries, 47 events. This is just one of them, and it is the women's doubles. Semi-final time. No opportunity for regrets. We'll be seeing some magnificent play out on the table. What do you expect from this match, Barry Griffiths?
Well, I'm just interesting to watch Catherine Zhao over there. She's a pen grip player, as you can see, and I'm just, without being able to see her bat, I am sensing that it is short pimples just by the nature of the stroke and the contact. So
explain once again the benefit of having the short pimples on the backhand.
Well, there's no backhand here. She's pen grip basically, so it's that surface is on both sides. So it's forehand and backhand. There is also whatever rubber's on the backside of the racket. Yeah, okay. So she's actually just shown it. That is definitely short pips, and the other side is normal sponge for topspin. So what you're going to see from a player such as Catherine, pen grip with that sort of rubber, she's going to use very short swings. She's going to hit the ball flat and potentially block and smash. At first glance, she looks like a very tidy player. So I suspect that Sarah and Catherine may be too strong here.
Great to see the fans here in Tauranga turning out for this national tournament. It's been quite a hiatus when it comes to table tennis on the national calendar. 2019 in Christchurch was the last time they had a national tournament.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Every time one is scheduled, there seems to be a lockdown or some COVID issue, and it's just great to get sport going again. And New Zealand has to select their team for the Oceania Champs shortly. So the Oceania Champs is for our whole region, and that's going to be in Melbourne in September. So I expect the selectors will be taking a lot of notice of the results here.
Are there selectors here today looking at the talent?
I haven't seen the selectors here, but I'm sure they would be.
Match is underway.
Good start for the youngsters. Well, one youngster. Wow, surprise. High ball.
Imperative for these players to find composure early in this match. It'll take a little while for the warm-up period to take its toll in table tennis, but you don't get that chance.
Yes. Oh, got the edge, caught the edge there by Aurora, so that love three.
Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim. Up 3 in the first game. 4-1 back there. Li and Zhao now teaming up with the serve.
Nice forehand. That's what I would like to see Cecilia do more in her singles. Step around, hit the forehand more, not just rely on the backhand.
The idea was good, the execution not so much. You'll see lots of signalling between the players.
You're having a chat there. Just the basic backspin serve.
It was effective.
It was effective. Cecilia, I think, was just a bit too far back. Needed to move in. Same serve.
Oh, short again.
Nice, Aurora. Nice topspin, caught her out.
Quite a character is Aurora Lim from Auckland. Loves her table tennis. She's always gregarious and vivacious.
Yeah,
and is an aggressive little player as well.
Yeah, she is. She's a good player. She loves it. She's always in there training. Always has a big smile on her face. Yeah. Good short return. Stops the attack coming. Sarah to serve. Safe, nice short safe serve.
Nice
Heavy
forehand
topspin.
from Sarah Lee.
Heavy topspin. Aurora making no adjustment for the topspin, hits it off the end.
You mentioned that Sarah Lee is a former New Zealand representative and spent some time in the UK training.
Yes, she's been playing a lot of table tennis in the UK and wanted to come back, but was in the queue, the MIQ.
So many people couldn't get back.
Yeah, she was stuck for like a year, and I think that happened to a lot of New Zealanders, which I think was really unfortunate. And but perhaps not a subject for today, maybe.
That's a whole new show right there, Barry Griffiths.
I know.
It's a whole new show right there. So Uli and Zhao leading 7-5 in this first game. Huang and Lim looking to fight back. Nothing in this match at this stage.
Interesting there. Nice return straight into Cecilia's forehand middle again. She just doesn't handle that at all.
That can be such an effective shot in table tennis, straight to the body or straight to the area where you want to wind it up.
Yeah, no room to move, and you've got to move very quickly to create the space. Nice topspin. Aurora's doing very well.
She's playing very confidently. She certainly backs herself as a player, trying to claw their way back from this 3-point deficit in the first game. The net.
Yeah.
So they're back within 2 now, and they have the chance to serve. It'll be Cecilia Huang with the service. Looking for a mistake, not looking for a mistake off the serve. That is costly and uncharacteristic. She gets another chance. It's game point.
Oh, beautiful forehand.
So aggressive.
Oh, yeah. What a great shot. Good return. Oh, what a backhand from Sarah.
Serving
under pressure.
for the game. Was under pressure and needed to come right with the shot to take out that first game 11-8 against Huang and Lim. Could have gone either way throughout that one. We're in for a cracker with this women's semi-final doubles match. Take a look at some of the highlights from that opening stages of the match. Plenty of hand signalling and tactics coming into fray. The short serve paying off dividends.
Beautiful backhand.
Lovely to watch, isn't it?
Yeah,
when
Sarah,
it comes together like that, it's lovely.
Yeah, she anticipated that. Yeah. Interesting, just notice on the very next court to them is Josh Alexander again playing. He's playing Simon Fennick in the men's singles last 32. It's so it's interesting. I know that Simon has given him a hard time previously. Josh would be the favourite, but just interesting match.
Simon gives a few people a hard time, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's a very, very cheeky
cheeky player.
Yeah, cheeky person. Yeah, he's my teammate, and he's full of fun.
He's pulled the wool over your eyes a couple of times, Barry Griffith, so I've heard.
He has. He's nicknamed me Gull, as in gullible, because I fall for everything. Every time. Yeah.
Women's doubles semi-final. Tauranga, North Island individual champs 2022. This is game 2. Little chat before receiving the ball. Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim. They know what they want to do to send it back.
Well, it's a great return by Cecilia. Just Aurora just didn't quite finish it off. Nice return again. Oh, lovely shot.
An array of shots.
Wow, she blocked that right back past her. Brilliant.
Cecilia Huang with the serve.
Oh,
that had everything.
Lovely.
That had everything.
Very delicate play, and then Aurora finishes her off at the end.
Spin, finesse, and power.
Of the players, I've been surprised how well Aurora's done. I mean, she is probably the least rated of the four, and yet she's hit some amazing attacking shots.
And she's pumped. She's really confident at the moment and backing herself.
She is. She's enjoying herself, doing very well.
They'd like to continue on their merry way, and this one is Huang and Lim. 1-3, they're receiving.
Nice, strong attack.
It must be difficult for these players to find the time to train as a doubles unit as they're training individually all the time.
Yeah, there's not that much doubles training that actually happens. I mean, I do see some going on, but most players are working very hard on singles, and then they rely on their ability to just put that together in the doubles sphere as well. So not always the best, doesn't always work out the best, but yeah.
Sometimes that's all you've got time for.
Yeah.
Improve the individual game.
Yeah, that's true.
So we saw there Cecilia Huang really disappointed in her last shot. Gave herself a little smack on the head and said, don't do it again. The serve with her partner now, Aurora Lim.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many matches a young player like Cecilia would have at a North Island Champs, just going from table to table. We're only seeing one table here, but matches are on all around.
How physically demanding is it on players to have to do that, Barry?
Well, it's really hard because you've got, I mean, not only physically you've got to be moving very quickly all the time, but without sufficient break, it's hard to get food in and just get enough rest and downtime. And yeah, it's just tiring going from match to match.
It's physically and mentally draining.
It really
to
is.
be on top of your game.
It really is, and that's often symptomatic of things like that, where Cecilia stepped in and just misthread the serve, pops up. Just one tiny little miscalculation, bang, you lost the point.
This is the Open Women's Doubles at the North Island Table Tennis Champs, coming to you live from Tauranga, thanks to Table Tennis New Zealand and Stream Shop. It's a battle between Sarah Lee and Catherine Zhao up against Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim. Lee and Zhao leading after winning the opening game.
Oh, nice effort there. That ball from Zhao came off her finger or thumb, and what happens is it then pops up but applies backspin to it. Aurora tried to adjust and hit it off the end.
Difficult shot.
And hit off the end, so it was a good effort. Oh, lucky shot.
Yeah,
just
she
dribbled over.
apologised on that one.
Did she mean it?
They never mean it. I'll take the point.
Give me the point.
I'm really sorry, give me the point. Nice tactical play from both sides.
Yeah, that was that one off the finger. Just reaching for it a bit there. 7-all. They have a chance.
And they have the serve. Here comes Aurora Lim.
Nice tight serve. I really liked Cecilia stepping around, hitting the forehand there. Gave them a good opportunity in the rally. I think it's a good decision, but it was well defended.
We do know that Cecilia Huang really backs herself when it comes to the backhand.
Yes.
Displaying the forehand nicely in
Nice
this doubles run.
forehand, Sarah Hurley.
So much power on Sarah Hurley's forehand. She gets the whole body in the air. You see her jump into the shot.
Yeah,
she's mid-air.
She is very fit. She trains. Yeah, watching her train, just watching her train is exhausting.
Do you play against her? Have you?
Oh, we've had one hit in a match and so on. But yeah, in terms of training routines, I couldn't train as hard as her.
She looks tremendously fit.
She is.
Game point, early Zhao with the serve.
What a return.
Right back. Look at that from Cecilia Huang.
On the backhand.
She just smashed it and decided that she'd won it even before she hit it. Roll of the eyes, a little bit of frustration setting in. Still game point for Sarah Hurley and Catherine Zhao.
Nice.
There we go, confident shot, Aurora.
It was. A little topspin serve popped up. Aurora puts it away.
Good synergy from both players trailing by one at the moment.
I just love Aurora's attitude. She's just willing to be aggressive.
It's great to watch.
Misjudged it.
Yeah, she went for the deceptive shot that time, Aurora. She went, I'll hit it hard, no, I'll just pop it. And then you can't fool an expert.
No, and there it goes.
So they lost the first game of this 5-match double semi-final set, 11-8, did Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim. Sarah Hurley and Catherine Zhao have taken the first 2 games and are certainly in with a chance to progress through the competition. If they win the next one at this stage, you would have to say that things are certainly favouring Sarah Hurley and Catherine Zhao, leading with the first 2 games 11-8 and winning the second 11-9. Although some impressive play from Huang and Lim out there in that second game.
I think so, and very impressed with Aurora, and I'm liking how Cecilia is coming around using her forehand more. And if the energy from the coach in the corner is a guide, then their team's looking strong.
What do you expect them to do maybe in this very important third game? They're down by 2. Do they throw caution to the wind, or is it business as usual?
I just think they have to attack, and there's no point trying to defend against Sarah and Catherine. But they're just a bit too strong in that area. And that's where they've won their points, is when they've actually gone for it a little bit. It's you know, there's some risk, but I still think that's what they need to do. And Aurora on attack has been hitting it really well. Been very
She's
impressed.
been the surprise packet when it comes to this
I
foursome.
thought she might struggle at this level, but she's done really well.
Cecilia Huang serving.
It's a good tight return, you know. Aurora looks to attack, but Sarah comes in. That
Too
ball,
short.
the ball would have bounced twice. There's no attacking that. And then a deep one to the backhand. So yeah, Sarah Hurley, 2 great returns. Only 1 all though. Good rally.
Fabulous rally.
Yeah, I think that's what they've got to do. They've just got to keep swinging. Yeah, good serve.
They really have to remain focused as Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim. They're down 2 games. This is the 3rd game. It's 2 all. They've started strong. Need to maintain that strength. They cannot afford to let Sarah Hurley and Catherine Zhao race away in this game.
Yeah, it's looking ominous. Oh, mistake.
That was an error, an uncharacteristic one as well.
A little bit of
Locked up
tension
3-all.
possibly.
Tension, nerves, it's quite an auspicious occasion. This is the North Island Table Tennis Championships in Tauranga. The Queen Elizabeth Youth Centre is the venue. You're watching the semi-final clash of the women's doubles.
Backhand serves unusual in doubles like that.
And hard to do.
Ooh.
It looked lovely, didn't it?
Well, yes, she was a bit worried about it. She's moved the forehand
She
now.
did now.
Moves
You only
the
do that
left
once.
Yeah. And
It was
pays.
effective.
It pays.
Even the mind games there, Barry Griffiths.
Yeah,
Hey, I'll go the
yeah.
backhand, now I'll go
Yeah.
forehand. What do you expect?
Well, I think Cecilia just stayed back a little bit and reached for that backhand, which was the reason for missing, I'd say. Here we go. Nice serve.
The net. Get another serve on a net serve in table tennis. Just one more, though.
Nice, nice. Again, it came to Cecilia's forehand side, and she tried to play a backhand on it.
That's her favourite.
And it's cost her in her matches that we've watched.
Cecilia Huang will serve. Lovely
Nice
forehand that
loop.
time from Huang.
Yeah, I do like it when she hits that forehand.
Looks comfortable.
Yeah.
She might work on that one after this tournament just to gain some more confidence, not always opt for that backhand. Serving again, Huang.
Oh, lovely.
spin.
Yeah. Sarah Hurley's looking very strong in this match now.
She's so confident.
Growing in confidence. And in the background, just behind Sarah there, that's her father, John. And he's also father of Eli, who's I think a 10-year-old boy, 10 or 11.
I watched him warm up earlier today. Incredible.
Yeah, he's
absolutely incredible.
Another great talent. Oh, beautiful forehand. Cecilia is looking good when she hits that forehand.
You've played against Eli, haven't you?
No, actually I have not. No, I've not. His dad keeps asking me to train. In fact, as I was walking to come over here, his dad grabbed me and...
When are you going to play Eli?
Yeah, he says, oh, we will make a booking. We will make a booking. I'll send you a message. I get a lot of stuff from Eli's dad. Very keen.
Time for a towel break on the 6th point.
Yep.
Nothing in this one. Hold on to your seats, table tennis fans. This could be the comeback that you were not expecting between Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim.
That's a beautiful forehand.
Lovely motion across the body, Cecilia
good
Huang. When she gets it right, it's almost impossible to stop. Sarah Huli and Zhao up by 1.
Long serve. Oh, just pushed.
Frustrated with that shot.
Mistake.
Could be a telling moment of this match.
Yeah, she's got to try and stop Sarah Hurley from attacking. Oh, great looking serve. But yeah.
Fabulous serve.
Good serve, and then Sarah finishes it. Sarah's got the strong attack, so there's a big pressure on when you're returning serve here. If you watch this action, the hand flicks up the ball and the ball kicks. So the ball, the bat under, yeah, you see that? Kicks a little bit high. Sarah puts it away.
Set it up perfectly for her partner.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Eight all in this 3rd game of the women's doubles. Nothing separating these two sides at this stage, although Huli and Zhao are up by 2.
Oh, nice serve, just close to the end. Very close to the end line. Sarah was, is it coming over? Can I hit it or not? And she hesitated and made the error.
Very delicate serve that time. It's lovely to watch.
It's called the half-long serve. So short serve is 2 bounce. Half-long is one that just bounces and just goes over the end, and it gives the opponent to doubt as to whether they can attack it from being over the end or not. Oh, what a forehand from Zhao. Yeah, good serve, good setup, great shot.
Looking confident, aren't they?
Yeah, very strong.
Match point. With the serve.
Oh, nice serve.
Yeah.
And they wrap it up.
They certainly do. Take that final game out in the match 11-9.
It's 3-0, but you know, once again, 3 tight games, and a couple of those games could have gone either way. And credit to Sarah Hurley and Catherine Zhao for being tough at the key moments.
Yeah, they certainly are an athletic duo when it comes to table tennis. They've worked heavily on their fitness in preparation for this particular tournament, and for those that follow. Saw some great sports play though from Cecilia Huang and Aurora Lim. It was Huli and Zhao defeating Huang Lim 11-8, 11-9, 11-9 to make their way through this competition. Let's look at some of the highlights from this match. As you say, it was a comprehensive victory in terms of winning games, but the performance there from the competitors was more than impressive.
Oh, it was. They're a strong combination, and must be a real chance for the title. Look at that forehand.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
And it's perfect like that. It's so lovely to watch, isn't it?
It is. Just a gap out there and bang.
And I guess for some players in the doubles, Barry Griffiths, there's a synergy that you can't force. It's just there.
Oh, yeah, it is. Sometimes it's instinctive how you play in combination with your partner, almost sensing what your partner needs or wants. And there's signaling that goes on, but there's a certain chemistry where you just play together for each other. It's interesting on the neighbouring court with
Let's talk about it.
Josh Alexander is playing against Simon Fenech, and I see that Alexander is up 2-love, and well, that looks like it's just over. So maybe it looks like a straight sets win to Josh, and so Josh is looking very strong. Simon's not an easy opponent at all.
His mixed doubles was a warm-up for that individual clash by the looks, because he still looks really fresh at the moment.
Yeah, look, Josh is a tough competitor. It was well, night before yesterday, Josh messaged me to wanting to train.
Have a beer?
No, to train. But he was coming down to Tauranga from Auckland yesterday, and so he says, "Oh, we've got to train." Yeah, okay, we can train. So what? 9:30, Josh? Oh no, 7.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm in there at 7 a.m. training with Josh for 2 hours before he hops in a car to come down here
For the tournament.
For this tournament, and he's pretty keen.
He's committed, that's for sure.
Josh does like a beer, I do have to say, but not until after he's done.
I think he'll wait and see how he goes in the tournament first of all.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we can't bring you coverage of all the matches here in Tauranga. There's plenty going on. We are certainly showcasing some of the finest in the game in this country as best as we possibly can. We've already featured to you the men's singles, women's singles, mixed doubles and women's doubles. And we will continue to bring you coverage of this electrifying tournament, including what we'll have featuring next, the Open men's singles round of 16 between Alex Zhao and Leo Mammadov. We saw Leo playing before with his mum in the mixed doubles, so that was a warm-up for him of sorts, and now he gets a chance to test out his individual prowess. What are you expecting from these two players?
Yeah, I mean, Leo hitting some lovely backhands and forehands that we saw in that mixed doubles. It was really impressive. He is up against one of the most solid players, young players in New Zealand, and Alex Liu.
Tell me about Alex.
So yeah, I have trained quite a lot with Alex actually. He's a player almost without weakness.
Wow.
And he is smart. He also does not have a huge amount of power. So he's a good rallier and he works the rally.
And that works in his favour?
Well, often it does. It's just that he's a hard player to know where to play against. He's just solid everywhere. So when we could have said that perhaps Cecilia doesn't like the ball into her forehand middle, don't worry about Alex. He's fine there. He's fine everywhere. He's just not super powerful. So you can still play and rally him, but it's really hard to find any gaps.
And it's really hard to discover any weaknesses in his play as well.
That is how it is. Yeah. So he's down here 2-love against Leo. So good on you, Leo. But I think you'll find that Alex will just gradually wear him down.
So this is the Open men's singles round of 16. Alex Liu against Leo Mammadov.
I think Alex is about 16. So yeah, another good young player. And
great signs for New Zealand table tennis then.
Yeah, absolutely, Lavina. He's potentially looking. He could be selected for the Oceania Champs. I'm not sure. I don't want to put words in there.
He'll be hoping to impress the selectors. If they're not here, we know they're watching at home.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, Alex, it depends how he goes here. I mean, if he can get through this, it'll put him in the quarters, I think, and don't know his draw, but he has a chance. He's one of about 5 players that I would say have a chance to win the men's singles here. It's very open this year.
That's impressive. So you've got Alex Liu, who's in the black shirt, up against Leo Mammadov, who has the green strip through his shirt.
Yep.
At the moment, it's 4-2 to Alex Liu.
So Alex with the green on his shirt, and Leo's the taller with the black shirt. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, so there you have Leo played to Alex's middle. He was fine, but Leo then just counter-attacked. That's a good play, a good option. Topspin serve straight to the middle again. Got him in the middle.
Good option, great option.
Leo, Alex will figure that out. Don't worry. Very smart. Yeah, nice tight return. Alex is shaking his hand off there, maybe a couple of nerves. Backhand serve, slightly unusual.
Nice serve.
Back into Leo's middle and cramps him up. Yeah, there's a lot of play at high level that goes into the opponent's middle to take the room away so they don't have room for a big swing.
Nothing in this match, the men's open singles round of 16.
I believe that Leo needs this first set big time. Otherwise, yeah, if Alex gets confident, it'll be hard.
He's certainly a confidence player, is Alex Liu. Do they have similar styles, these two players, Barry?
I mean, they do. They both like to attack off both the backhand and the forehand. Leo's more powerful, but not as consistent. Oh, nice serve, wide to the forehand, good option.
Might see more of that, I think.
I think you need a lot of variation with Alex. Oh, he's gone for the long serve again, risky.
Decision making so important in the sport of table tennis.
Well, yeah, the long serve's normally a slight surprise option, so to do two in a row, I just question it. Yeah, that's a half long serve, and Leo undecided. 7-8 now. Great rally.
Great rally.
Wow.
Great table tennis.
Yeah. Slugging it out there. Incredible rally. Alex came out on top. 8-all.
Chatting to himself is Alex Liu.
He feels better after that rally.
I bet he does. It's always good to get that one up.
Nice little short serve. Oh, I thought he had it. Off the net and out of court. Point to Alex, 8-9.
Just up by 1.
Oh, what a shot.
Reactionary.
Really just puts his bat out, blocks it down the line, catches the edge. Alex can't believe it.
You get old block shot there, it is.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, this is a great rally, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely to watch.
Yeah, caught him. Meantime, 10-9, I think, to Alex now.
It is 10-9 to Alex Liu.
Topspin serve.
Beautiful serve.
Really was, because it was topspin serve to the middle. Leo, again, a bit like Cecilia, tried to move across, hit the backhand. It was the wrong decision. That should have been a forehand.
Such a confident serve at game point to take out that first game, 11-9 to Alex Liu. You felt as though Leo Mammadov really needed to take that first one at this stage. The dominance is with Liu.
Look, I think you just don't want Alex to be feeling confident, because he gets to a stage where he stops missing, and the pressure comes on quite heavily. It's interesting in a lot of the matches that we've watched that 11-9 has been a very common scoreline, so basically nothing in it, and yet the favoured player tends to have won those. And I think just that strategy, the tactics.
What do you think about the serving from Mammadov?
I think his serving is good if he places it well, but it's got to not be predictable. He's got to keep Alex guessing. Alex is much more predictable and orthodox in his serving. Oh, nice. Well done, Leo.
Leo did well to attack that so hard.
Counter-attacking is the tough art. Backhand serve from the middle. Yeah, nice return wide to the backhand, leaving Leo with a difficult option to try and go back down the line.
You were saying before there's very few weaknesses in Alex Liu's shot selection and processes.
What a backhand.
Where does that come from, not having weaknesses? Just practice?
He's
very clever. He's very clever.
I would say he is very clever. I actually don't know his academic record, but what I can say is that most of the top table tennis players are top academically, and I would not mind guessing that Alex is that. You can just tell when you play against him, he's so smart and he figures things out so quickly. Yeah, he's a class act.
Well, he's under pressure at this stage in the second game of this men's open singles round 16 clash at the North Island Championships in Tauranga.
I like the way Leo's approaching this game. He's not just holding in the rally. He's having a go, and he's attacking against Alex. That's where I say that Alex, while he's very consistent, he doesn't have that much power.
Not a lot of power.
Leo has power, and he can hurt Alex with his power, like this.
Great rally.
He needs to get round, use his forehand
There
here.
he did, but too late.
When you saw him move, he only moved around when the ball was halfway
Not
to
enough.
him. Well, he should have hit the backhand and jumped straight around.
In
If you
preparation
watch,
for
you watch
it.
the replay. He should be on the forehand now. Look at this back, and he goes. Look how late he goes.
Too late.
Look how late he goes. That was never going to work. There is no reason at all not to just go bang on the backhand,
And get in
immediately
position.
immediately from the swing, step around. You cannot put that ball away with your backhand. You've got to use the forehand.
Lovely forehand.
Oh, he had him too, and he just blew it.
He knew it. Mammadov knew it. The chance was there to get the point. A little too far. 4-6.
Long serve, and Alex picks it. I think Leo is overdoing that.
That was a beautiful return of serve from Alex Huang.
Yeah, like I say, he's a smart kid, and if you use the
Beautiful.
same tactic against him all the time, he'll figure it out, just like that.
Standing behind Leo Mammadov is his mum, Gina Louis.
Oh, it's a lovely backhand that Leo's got there, but just missed on the forehand execution. Again,
Power.
straight into the forehand middle.
Seems to be the mark that's making success for Liu.
Yep, forehand middle again. Alex has figured out that that's a problem for
He's
Leo.
a clever player.
He's super smart. That's why I felt that Leo needed that first game.
That was a dominant display from Alex Liu. So much shot selection in his armour. The artillery is there.
That nice serve to
Lovely
the middle,
serve, isn't it?
sets it up. Leo
Did two
has
of those
no
in a
idea.
row at one
Yeah.
stage, which was quite ambitious as well, but both paid
Yeah.
dividends. So that's the second game of this open men's singles, the round 16. Both players are keen for proceedings to get underway. It's business as usual, you'd imagine, for Alex Liu. He's just
Yeah.
doing everything right at the moment.
Well, he's a fit kid, Alex. You know, when he asks to train, he'll normally come straight off having done an hour and a half of coaching and multi-ball and what have you, and then he wants to train for another 2 hours, and he can do it.
And what sort of training? Are you talking anaerobic training?
No, so what he's come off.
He's been table tennis
What he's come off, it's all been table tennis I'm talking about, but he will have done training with the coach, and that's the likes of 100, like a multi-ball bucket.
Yep.
And that's just repeated again and again for like an hour.
That's draining, isn't it?
It's really, really hard. And then, you know, he wants to come and train with me or other players after that and play some games, etc. And yeah, he's fine with it. Bit lucky there. I think he might run away with it if Leo's not careful.
Defining moment for Mammadov. He really
Yeah.
has to remain. If in this match, he has to stay in this game. He has to start thinking outside of what he's been approaching so far. He is backing himself.
Look, he's trying, but this is where, as I say, Alex has got no weaknesses, and he's just going to get a lot of balls back against you. You've just got to work so hard all the time. Nice forehand. The backhand serve.
That looked good.
Again, Alex was ready. He stepped around, expected the long serve, and just went for an aggressive shot. Didn't quite pay off, but he anticipated it. So Leo was a little lucky there.
Just a short break on the 6th point for the tail break. Both players keen to get on with it.
Yeah, I think Leo's feeling the pressure. He's gone for a strong flick wide to Alex's forehand. He's trying to find gaps because Alex is so solid. Beautiful. Into
the body.
middle, into the body. Beautiful.
More of that is what we need from Leo Mammadov to
Yep.
continue this match.
Good serve. just fails to put that forehand
Got
away.
into position well that time.
It was his for the taking there, and he just didn't execute. The serve, this backhand's often long here, so, ooh, no, he kept that short, good.
Short.
Oh, what a backhand.
Popped it.
Look at Alex, he's so solid.
Wow.
Oh, great defence. Wonderful
Very good rally. Lovely to watch. Nice table tennis from both players. Leading 6-4 in this third game of the men's open singles. Long serve that time.
Wow, brilliant from Leo. He withstood the attack and just counter-attacked for a winner.
Got a little swagger in his step now, Leo Mammadov. Might be sensing a comeback of sorts, receiving 5-6.
Good serve, that just popped up the return and he puts it away. That's nice. Yes, a big yes from Mum in the background.
Always supportive Mamma Mia, which is good.
And look at Alex, he's so solid.
Just comfortable. Consistent and comfortable is Alex Liu.
What I like there was that Leo hung in that rally. He didn't try and overhead it because, you know, you've still got opportunities against Alex. If he's defending, he's solid, but you can get through. That's great. Back to 7-all. Well done, Leo.
Worked hard for that, Leo Mammadov.
Very hard. Yeah, slightly weak return there, enabling Alex to come in with the forehand.
He knew exactly what he did wrong.
Well, a little side topspin serve from a short ball, and he's doing it again. And this time Leo figures it out. Unforced error. Trying to go into the body, hits the tape and goes off.
This is not the time of the match you want to be hitting unforced errors. Mammadov with the serve.
Tough. Here we go.
7-9.
Oh, great defense. I mean, Leo hit a terrific backhand.
Match point in this men's singles. We're assuming it's going to 5 games. This is the third.
Oh, there we go. Game and match to Alex.
And it was a comprehensive victory at that.
It was solid, and Leo had his chances. I mean, he caught back to 7-all. But the pressure was always on Leo, and I thought Alex just was a little quite clinical. It was a really good performance.
So you think Alex Liu will be there and thereabouts when it comes to the finals placings with the men's singles?
Oh, I think he is one of the potential winners here. But there are maybe about 5 in my view that could have a good opportunity to win here.
He's very relaxed at the moment after that 11-9, 11-4, 11-7 victory over Leo Mammadov. What can he take out of that, what he needs to improve as the competition goes along, because it looked impeccable at stages?
I think he just got a little bit of a slow start, and he was a bit tentative in the first game and could have lost that to Leo, but the second and third game I think he played really well, deserved that, and I think that's just the level he needs to play in his upcoming matches.
And for Leo Mammadov, was it the placement of the ball or more the body positioning, not being in the right place at the right time?
I think at times he could have been a bit rash and tried to finish the rally too early. But if you're on top in the rally, you don't have to hit a winner at that point. The opponent is the one feeling the pressure. You can afford to keep working it and not panic. It's the opponent who's under the pressure. I think sometimes Leo tried to finish it a bit too soon, and at other times on his choice of service, he might have pushed the long serve a couple of times too often, and Alex was waiting. So I think he's just got to perhaps understand the strategy of table tennis just a little bit better. I think Alex was just a bit smarter in that game.
You're watching the 2022 North Island Table Tennis Championships, the individual competition with more than 185 entries. Incredible stuff. In fact, 600 entries, 185 competitors, all embarking upon Tauranga Moana, taking place in 47 events. So showcasing table tennis in its finest form here in the Bay of Plenty. which is exciting stuff for everyone out there. And we will continue with our streaming coverage as we count down soon to the Open mixed doubles. We've got the Open men's singles as well as the under-15s boys. Plenty to come as we crown champions later on today.